Andrew, happy Saturday afternoon, second day of lockdown 4.0. How are you, buddy?
Yes, good, Jim. Just settled down after a big day. I was on the phone to a few clients, a few vendors after a busy day of auctions, an emotional day for obviously some vendors as well.
Yeah.
Given the fact they all expected to have an auction at their property, and we quickly had to pivot to the online system, right? So a couple of them were a little bit worried and concerned. Not being used to an online auction and whatnot, which is quite normal. So we, during the week we had to, speak to all of them, make sure they're all comfortable with the process, get them signed up to obviously the online process, Gavel, of course. And today's outcome was fantastic for all of our clients, which is great.
Yeah, no, look, it worked out really well. So our group, we had 7 auctions scheduled for today. So one of them sold beforehand, property at the close in Caroline Springs that Lass negotiated and sold last week for, I can't remember the price, but anyway, that one sold beforehand. Our St Albans office brought forward an auction on Thursday once lockdown got announced at around 11 a.m. They quickly pivoted and brought forward an auction because the buyers were available, and they auctioned it that night at, I think, 7 o'clock. And that property sold really strongly, Andrew, for $590,000. I'm just looking up the result to make sure on that one there. That was a property at 10 Dundee Street, and which left us with 5 auctions that we elected to do online today. And we started at 10 a.m. this morning. Nice early start. We had to get everything set up at home. I had my wife and daughter helping at home. You were at your place. Justin was.
Great job, Miranda and Georgie, once again.
The girls did well, and so we did. Of course, we had all of our team remotely working from home. Everybody was on our group Zoom chat, and then we used the technology that we have in place that we've been using for probably 3 years now. So we were all set for when lockdown first got announced last year. We were able to pivot very quickly, and the good thing was that our team knew exactly what to do. Like you said, the buyers were a little bit nervous, but we started off this morning, Andrew, at 10 a.m. at Unit 102 Green Gully Court in Keilor Downs. A really nice 3-bedroom unit.
Yep.
And that sold strongly at, I think we had 565. I think we had three or four online bidders on that one. Sold over reserve, sold really well. We then went 11 a.m. to, was it Kinetic? I think number 4 Kinetic.
Yep.
Kinetic Drive in Hillside. And Andrew, tell us about that one.
Yeah, Jim. The vendors there relocating to the other side of town. They only bought that property about 24 months ago. They actually paid $740 for this property.
Yep.
We had about 40 odd groups go through open for inspection. Strong buyers. We had 4 registered online, and that sold today for $852,000. So they bought it for $740,000. And 24 months later, selling for $852. So just goes to show you the incredible value and growth within the local suburb.
Yeah, so that was a good result. Then at 12 o'clock, we had number 9 Crestmont Court in Kings Park, a double-storey, 5-bedroom home, original family home, much loved by the original owners. And that was handled by Michael Costa and Alan Au from our St Albans office. Did a great job managing that campaign. And that sold for a strong $690,000. We then went at 1 o'clock, Andrew, to number 9 Sunrise Drive in Hillside. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. The vendor was a little bit older, not used to the online system and the process, of course. A lady looking to build closer to her children. And when I met with her on Thursday after the lockdown got announced, and I said to her, listen, we're going to have the auction online. She was really cautious about it, didn't think that was the right thing to do. But I said, listen, we've done it before. We'll do it again for you. Don't worry about that. And obviously trusted our opinion and our guidance. Had a great campaign there as well. A lot of first home buyers, a couple of people downsizing as well. It was that kind of property that suited both those type of buyers. And that sold for $695,000, and she was absolutely over the moon.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the images, the stills that you put up, and Diane, wasn't it? Is it Diane, our vendor there?
Yeah,
Deborah?
correct. Yeah.
Diane. And congratulations, Diane. We're delighted that we could get a good result for you. And then we went at 2:00, Andrew, to number 6 Ramage Court in Kings Park. Also, Michael Costa and Alan Howe managed that campaign. We had 10 registered bidders online for that one, and 6 of them actually participated and battled it out. And that one sold above reserve for 610,000. So we were delighted with that, which gave us 7 out of 7. But more important, Andrew, the overall numbers for the Barry Plant Group have just come through, which I've got to say, I'm just so proud that all of our teams right across Melbourne have grasped the technology, have been able to manage the expectations of our vendors. And Andrew, today across the group, preliminary numbers are 83 sold out of, listen to this, out of 88. 83 out of 88, 94% success rate for the Barry Plant Group.
That is absolutely huge.
It's strong. And I've got to tell you, I mean, it's not about just talking about the success rate. What I want people to understand is that people that have got their properties on the market that are selling for a reason. They're selling because they've either bought another property and they have to sell their home because they need the funds to settle the new one, or they're selling because they're moving for work, or they're moving for family, or they're moving because it's a split up. So, you know, not every story is a happy story. A lot of people are selling under duress. And so when a lockdown gets announced, you've got to remember that they've planned this sale. They've spent lots of hours getting their house ready, getting it styled, making sure everything's spot on, keeping the kids out of the way. And then all of a sudden, a few days before your auction, Melbourne gets turned upside down. They go into panic mode. Doesn't matter who you are. It's going to affect you. And so the emotional toll that it takes on people when they have to sell is quite astounding. So we're delighted that our groups have been able to pivot very quickly and facilitate the transaction. Countless hours on the phones, getting every buyer in order, getting every vendor ready to rock, and getting those results. So well done to everybody. We're just thrilled to be part of it.
Yeah, no, Jim, you're spot on. I think we touched on this the other day, regarding speaking to every buyer and getting them registered and so forth. The manpower behind that and the hours of getting that organized is ridiculous, right? But again, we knew we had the job to do. We had, a couple of late nights getting that ready. You think about the 2 properties that Michael Costa was managing. He had 10 registered bidders on each of those properties, right? So there's 20 buyers he had to physically get registered and so forth. So it's not something that's very simple to do. But that's why experience counts. I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it when I speak to clients of mine that are thinking of selling. You just can't beat experience. And the way that we conduct ourselves in regard to making sure we have everything in place that you touched on. 3 years ago we had Gavel and the online systems ready. A lot of agents still don't have those systems, right? But we did put those systems in because we obviously know it works for our clients, and we just work extremely hard to make sure that when things like this happen, we're ready to go. Simple as that.
Well, Andrew, it's 2021, right? And you either use the technology and you make yourself learn how to use it and you become accustomed to it, or you're a dinosaur. It's one or the other. So it's a choice that people have to make. And our choice has always been to be at the forefront of technology and the forefront of any new methods and systems that come out. Of course, we test them to make sure that they're appropriate, but we've certainly got enough faith in the system. And in this day and age where I can be sitting at home, you can be sitting at home, a buyer can be sitting at their house, they can buy a property, they can pay a deposit, they can sign a contract without leaving their lounge room. Man, that's not a bad way to do things, right?
Oh, it's fantastic. You think about it, today I had 5 auctions, and within minutes, contracts were signed, and the buyers and vendors were extremely happy, right? As I said, talking about a vendor from Sunrise Drive, she's a lady, heading towards retirement, not really tech savvy, and she was able to do it. So
Yeah.
obviously we sat there guiding her before the auction, had to obviously use the system. But day of the auction, you're emotional, right? So those kind of things you forget about. But it's really easy. So very thankful to have those technology available to our team. And today showed exactly the reasons why you have to have those tools available.
And, I got to tell you, Andrew, I love the fact, like today all day at home, getting messages coming through from clients. So,
yeah,
my Mac's going to die. My phone, my computer's going to die in a minute. But, Jim DeGiorgio, our vendor of Castlewellan, watches every auction, sending messages through. Fantastic. But, mate, I'm going to die out of battery in a minute. So let's wrap this up. We're in lockdown. We're going to be available. We're going to be on the phones. We're going to be available by email. We're still going to be working. We're working remotely. We can do whatever people need us to do. All they've got to do is reach out.
Yeah, spot on, Jim. Next time have a charger available for your MacBook. But
got it. I can get it now if you want to wait a minute. I've just got to sleep.
Right. I think people are going to go and relax on a Saturday night. Not that you have anywhere to go, but I think that's pretty much sums up the week that our team have had. Another strong month as well. We'll touch on that as we finalise over the weekend's results and so forth. So we can touch on that later on as well. But I think, Jim, that's a wrap.
It is a wrap. But you know what, Andrew? We're going to be stuck at home. So how about Monday or Tuesday we do another one and we give everybody an update on the numbers?
Spot on, Jim. 100%. I think everyone's going to be at home waiting for us to jump on another Zoom chat, which we're absolutely enjoying and we're loving, to provide information to our clients, to everyone that's sent us messages regarding our discussions and so forth. One thing's for sure, we're doing this to provide information to our clients and, of course, the local community. And that's exactly why we're doing this. So to everyone that's given us a shout out, just quickly, thank you very much as well.
Fantastic. Stay well, everyone. Enjoy your family time.
Likewise, Jim. Enjoy. See you soon.
See you, Andrew.
Bye-bye.